Hi guys, thanks for reaching out. Hope it's not too wobbly in the beginning. Thank you very much. It's like 78 degrees over here on Laguna Beach. This is for 801 Glen Drive, Euless, Texas 76039 for $499,900. Please don't lower the price yet. Let me give you full ask. I've already had my other deal for 4.288. They're lowering the price. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Before they accept my offer, I think that's what they're doing. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I know it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,184 square foot. This is, a lot of my clients like this when I present this too. So this is all, Creative Finance is newer to a lot of people in real estate. Even my guys who are on TV in Beverly Hills, they don't do it because obviously they have different clientele, but I still have clientele and friends and whatnot that still buy. Let me read this up, raise this up a little more. That still buy and doing deals in Beverly Hills for millions of dollars. So it still works. So this to me is just creative ways as a nurse and as a realtor to combine it, to stay away from the capital gains or prolong the capital gains, slow pains it all at once. As you know, trying to sell your home for $499,999. I'm not saying I want to offer you this, but just type it in, it sells me $432,308. If you list for that, you're going to sell it for that, but you're going to get a lot more money for your project. So don't do that. Just telling you guys right now. I already watched a bunch of videos on the area because, like I said before, my wife used to live out there, and she used to work out there as well at the Albertsons when she was younger. So sorry, it's going back and forth. So a lot of my clients like this when I break down this video. This is just Act 1. I call it Act 1. I show you guys my original offer. And then, of course, I'll show you Act 2. And then if you guys can send back, since you're the bank, when you do seller finance, subject to I'll go over, but the seller finance is when you talk about your equity. You're lending me to pay you back for your stated equity. You know equity is only what you put in your pocket after you close. You pay your 10% to 20%, realtor fees, closing costs, capital gains, da-da-da-da-da-da. You pay all those fees, it's about 10 to 20%. So stated equity, I call it stated equity. I don't care about equity too much. I care about appreciation. And then later on, you can look at that when you sell it. Oh, equity's in my pocket. Example, flipped my place, made $260, only cost me 5% because I got super lucky. Great realtors that I work with, top people in Orange County, he only charged me 1%. So then total, I only paid 5%. So 260, did not take 260 home. I took 225 home. There you go. So as you can see, that's why I love Creative Finance. As the nursing part, as the realtor, put it together, it equals more creative ways to get your deal done, save you guys taxes. As you know, you guys live in Texas, obviously do it for a reason. Full disclosure, I'm a realtor. I'm not representing myself as a realtor, nor am I working for my brokerage on this. This is strictly for me. I'm an investor. Every day is changing. I'm learning more and more and more. Last time we talked, I'm like 5 years more of knowledge. The last time we talked, I have so many creative deals. Every time you come across a deal, you know, it gets better and better. Work out numbers, get different creative ways. You can do whatever you want to get a deal done, as long as it's legal and you write it up right to protect you, protect me, and protect the bank and everything else, right? So, so thank you very much for listening to me. I know I talk fast. It's just because I move fast when I save lives, and you only have 2 minutes to do this. You know, you're saving a life and maybe they didn't make it, and the next person says, what took you so long? I'm here for an eye problem. You're like, I'm sorry, you can't say the person just passed away, right? So I apologize if I talk too fast. This is just because this is Act 1. I want to show you where I'm coming from. So just for reference. So, and all this stuff, do your own due diligence too. You know, as a realtor, and you guys are smart. You guys can look it up too about your capital gains. I know you don't have capital gains in a state because there's no state taxes in Texas, but I know you pay federal 15%. So keep an eye on that too. Run these numbers, see if they make sense to you. This is to keep in your back pocket to get you more. I'm trying to figure out ways to get you guys more money. So this is just Act 1. So Act 1 for me is to give you more money up here, okay? So more money, please don't lower this price, $499,000, right? So I know it's $499,909. I told you the address already. I know it's a 3-2. We already went over that. And the square foot lot is 7,683. We know it's 0.18 acres. And this is just from my knowledge. You got a first mortgage on it, 21, so it's new, it's commercial, for 305,600. We know the deed is a vendor lien. I want to look that up and see what the difference between a regular deed and the vendor deed is. I think I already know. 361 payments at 1833. This is all hearsay. I don't know if this is totally true. Maturity date in 51 of December. So, everybody's in December. We bought ours in December too, around the same time. So we know. Okay, so tax, I know the tax, and then I know the assessment, I already know that, and I know how much okay, so I look at, for me, just to show you guys, I look at appreciation. So for me, appreciation in Texas, where you guys are, it's 5.46% every year off. If I give you full ask right here, which I want to, is 27,300. So every year, cool, I win. So you're like, why is he wanting to do this? Well, I'm getting appreciation. Forget equity. There is equity coming in, but I like appreciation better than equity. And there is a difference between appreciation and equity in my eyes. So, and then in definition. So I like this, right? So every year I'm getting this. So if the market goes down, cool, I'm still renting it out, don't care. That's why I don't care about equity so much, but depreciation. Depreciation can slow down, stop. As you know, Texas can drop faster than California because Texas never usually grew so fast. Yours is in the news not too long ago. New York Times said it's one of the best places to live in the United States. So it's pretty cool. I know it's by DFW, which is perfect. I want to buy a hospital so I could do midterm rental. Midterm rental for insurance claims, victims, fire, flood, tornadoes, anything like that. I can get them in there and I can get paid 4 times the price Airbnb would be, 3 to 4%, 3 to 4 times more. So you might make 3 times that 3,000 by 3 or 4%, or 4 times. So so it's way more money. So I like midterm rentals for insurance or traveling nurses or group homes, but I'm not going to do that to yours. I think probably STR. I still got to look up the STR short-term rental guidelines. For example, Manhattan Beach in LA is 15% they want off the top. You got to pay for permits, just like Big Bear. Big Bear is a big influx of homes. 270% in the last month of homes going listed. 140% sitting on the market for longer than 34 days. Why is that? Did a meeting with Big Bear City Council talking about STR, how they charge $550 for a permit every year. They're raising $2 million on that alone, and then they charge you 11%. There goes my property manager, right? Because usually property manager is like 10%. That's why I was asking you, if you know someone, I'll pay you to do it 10%, but you guys are busy. If you know someone, let me know. I'd love to have your property manager or someone who's good, because most of them suck, as you know. So appreciation, we already went over that. Another thing I really like about this is when you buy a home for investment too, is the depreciation. The biggest thing is tax for me. The biggest thing is tax. Coming in with nothing down, of course, and getting really good cash flow with doing nothing, but writing up a contract and then taking over your loan, that's great, but the tax is the best thing for me. So the IRS allows you to divide whatever I buy this for, so $500,000 divided by 27.5 IRS code. You can look it up. Every year I get to write off $18,181. Every year I get to write off this. Depreciation, I love it better than appreciation. I'm writing this off so I can put in another deal, and it's just freaking awesome. I can do a 7-year lump sum and get paid the depreciation for another deal, $127,200 something, $72. So I get $127,000 if I do right now. So to buy it, I go, I want a 7-year prorated future income depreciation. I can do that. I'm going to see what works best for me in Texas and see all the laws and stuff. So I know when I look at the rental, and this is all hearsay on the rental too, they said you can do $52,400 a year. I'm like, yeah, right. Let's see. $230 a day. Don't know if you charge $230 a day, but that's about the average for your home. It's got a pool. It's got to be careful. Make sure there's a fence around it. All those guidelines, and everything's well lit, and everything's chained, and everything's like, you know how it goes. So then the occupancy, I bet you it's 62% because it's not going to be always occupied unless I do LTR, long-term rental. The operating expense could cost me $17,624, right? And then my NOI, which I love to look at NOI versus cap rate. I love NOI. This makes more sense, and then I hate numbers. This is boring for me. I hate going on numbers. Just the terms I understand. And I like to write up terms to get creative. The NOI, net operating income, this is what I'm going to make. So I'm going to cash flow $34,764 a year if it's a rainbow world, if I get this and spend this. So that's like $2,892. I want this is what I want right now. I'm looking around for, I need $3,100 cash flow. That's what I'm really looking for. I don't think your property is going to give me $3,100 cash flow. I guarantee it won't. Well, I won't guarantee it, but I bet you it doesn't. So the cap rate is 7.68%. So I was looking at this. I want it because this is my rent, and then I also need $85K to pay for my daughter's school. I just flipped my place to pay for my daughter's school. Well, I'm not using my own capital. I use other people's capital. So if I can get into a deal and I make this really fast in a flip or whatnot, 85K, you're thinking that's a lot. It's really not, because I already have a deal that's way more than that. So 85K, pay for my daughter's school, great. 31 cash flow, cool, I got free rent. The next thing is gonna be properties for myself, retirement home. So I live right across the street, pretty close to Laguna Woods. Laguna Woods, 12,750 units, 770 units, and it's a place I'm looking at 55 and up, and I'm gonna buy those places I'm looking right now. Okay, anyways, so your principal, the numbers, here we go. The principal and interest is $1,503.37. Don't know if that's the same, but it should be around there. Your escrow, you stated last time we talked, was $1,066.41. I'm gonna give you guys this. I'll pay that right off, so you guys can have that, okay? And we'll look into it too, but this is what I'm gonna give you guys, of course. I'll give you that, so it's done. Insurance, you guys pay, I think yearly, right? It's $1,946.72. You guys don't put it in your, it's like you said it was in your escrow, I believe. Either I can pay that off, or if it's in escrow, I'll pay it off. If it's not, that is pay that yearly. Usually here in Cali, or just setup wise, we make payments. This is always in my payments, so I don't have to worry about it. And coming up, oh, I need $2,000. I don't like that. I like to just pay it monthly. But you have to pay more interest, so you just pay more, right? But I'm just used to doing it that way. So I already put it in my numbers. I'll show you in a minute. Your tax every year, of course, is a lot because there's no income tax. There's the property tax. So property tax is always the most in Texas, as we know. And I know these numbers because my wife had a home out in Texas too. So $7,739.76. That's what you said your taxes were. They could be plus or minus now. So when we look at principal, interest, tax, right? PITI. We always look at this number. This is the most important number when you're looking at a deal. And this is for your knowledge too, if you want to bring home some money as a realtor. So principal, interest, tax, and insurance is $2,310.58. That's all these numbers. That's principal, interest, tax, insurance, escrow I'm going to pay you guys, and that's it, right? So that is the PITI. This is the number I care about. So now I know I need to pay that, and I know I need to pay that every month. So this goes subtract to that over here. So I already know, like, that's what I'm going to make, but it's already minus right there, right? So if it's 31, I'm getting, there it goes. So I know I'm not going to cash flow 31, right? Because I got to make a payment. But if you put all the money down and bought it, this is what you're going to get. Well, now it's not. It's minus 23 and 10. But that is just paying your note. So your note, right? In your note, your payments is you still owe $299,700, right? This is probably less, whatever. It's still going to be the same payment because you still make the same payment at 4.25%. That's great. I thought I told you 3.85% I had. I had 2.75 and then 2.85. Wasn't 3.85. I was paying 2.85%. So that was the lowest rate I ever got. And other people have 2.25 that I know. It's crazy. So this is what you owe. This is what I want to take. I want to take over your payment. I'll pay your payment. I'll give you escrow money. I'm paying the insurance. I'm paying your taxes. How will you know for a subject to deal? That's the first position. There's two positions here. Your first position is the sub to. Subject to me paying your note. I get the deed. Here's the deed. I'll send you a picture of it. I have a deed. Deed is just a freaking piece of paper like this. No joke. Front and back, one piece of paper. And it says who owns it, right? A deed is who owns it. Title is how it's owned. So who owns it? Me. I'm gonna have my name on there. It'll be OC Creative Finance LLC, right? So this would be the deed. I'll probably never record it, which means it doesn't go, so your lender doesn't know, because I don't want your lender to say, do on sale clause. Then I have to give them all the money, and then I have to sell it back to you, and then you lease it back to me, which we can do. I just don't want to do that. So one way is just hold on to it, put it in a lockbox. So this deed says this is very important paper that says I own it, right? And I won't record it. So even in the insurance, I'll tell you how to do the insurance too, so it's all covered. You just pretty much almost add me to it, the insurance, and I'm paying for everything. So then the loan stays in your name. The loan is still going to stay in your guys' name. I have a servicer every month that's going to pay for it. And you're going to talk to these people. These are my transaction coordinator. I don't do any paperwork as a realtor. I am not a professional at that, the legal jargon and everything else. The TC does everything. They'll reach out to you, they'll talk to you. You'll do the RPA, I'll do my LOI, letter of intent, or my purchase agreement to you. It's just pretty much a napkin offer. I'll write it up like this is a napkin offer, right? And you say, you just give me a verbal, I like this, Jeff, let's go. I tell my TC, they call you, they go over everything, and you'll submit everything. As a realtor, I don't know if you could work for yourself. I think you can because you're selling your own home. You can do the RPA, and if the RPA doesn't write, they'll send it back to you on what to put in there. So that's how I have a servicer, I have a transaction coordinator, I have a real estate attorney, I have title, insurance, everything. And I believe they're out of Texas because I have so many TCs, different TCs that I use. As far as, all of us, network together. So there's a lot of us. My mentor has like 2,000 homes with apartments. So we have a lot of TCs. So I'm using the best TC. I researched it, and there's like 5 that I love that know Texas and work with title agencies, unless you have one. But you got to make sure they work with Creative Finance this deal, because a lot of them will get hung up and we won't be able to close. Because I can close fast, but I like to just do regular 30 days, just in case, for inspection, no surprises. Okay, so that's how the subject to works. Loan stays in your name. I get the deed, it's in my name. I put in a lockbox. You're guaranteed I make the payments. If not, in the contract, we'll write up, goes right back to you. If I miss a payment, goes back to you. And as we talk about, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, there was that storm and electronically fund, whatever, something could happen, but I'm just throwing that out there. We can work on something in the contract saying, yeah, within reason, right? So I'm not late, I'm not that guy, I don't do that. And I'm trying to set this up so I never default. If numbers are too high for me, and then the second act 2, when I send you, or when you send me, if it's too high, I always say full disclosure. I want to have the ability to go ahead and assign this to another investor. I have other investors that maybe these numbers don't work for me, but they work for them because they can give you more money, and they have more money than me that I want to put in. So I always tell everybody, every single contract I write up, give me the authority to assign this deal to my other investor, Creative Finance guy, who will give you guys maybe more money or do more than me. For me, I know this works for me, and I don't want to default. So this is how I set it up. You don't want any problems, I don't want any problems. So sub 2 again, loan stays in your name, everything's the same. I get the deed, and I just don't record it. Because as soon as we record it, the lender's gonna know, oh, due on sale clause, we want all the money. You're like, oh my God. So, and we could put things in there where I'm gonna put to cover me. I said, hey, you won't tell your lender or your insurance company if you do, you owe me all my money back or something like that. Just so you don't report it. And so I know you're doing, not pulling a fast one on me. And then also I'm not pulling a fast one on you, because I'm still doing the servicer. In the contract, we'll write up, I miss a payment, boom, goes back to you. You guys won from everything I've already paid. Okay. So that's how the sub 2 work. The sub 2 is pretty easy. The harder part is the seller finance. But I always think the seller finance is easier. A lot of realtors will just skip over the subject to, because they already understand it, or creative ways. So seller finance, you're pretty much the bank. So here you are. You have 200 stated equity, $200,299 stated equity. You're saying this is what it's worth. And I'm like, I don't care. Whatever this is, I don't care as long as I cash flow. So I would like terms. It's always in the terms for me. As long as you give me terms, I will give you your full price. And this is Act 1. 0 down. I don't put nothing down. Principal only. I think you guys have whatever years left. Was it 27, 28? 27, 28 years in payments. In payments, I want that, the years. So I can pay this off faster. And I have the Act 2 to try to get this off faster. So the only I'm paying you for you're the bank, I'm giving you $596.13, right? Because in that 27, 20, I think it was 28 years I put on here. It could be less. Number could change. Divide that by the years. That's what right there. So this right here, the 2310 plus 596. Okay. So if you put those two together, there's two things. There's a first and a second, right? The first positions, I should say. The first position is 2310, and I hope these numbers are right. They should be. I didn't add it up yet. 596.13. So around every month I'm paying this around. See, so around I'm giving you this is already getting paid every month. You're like, and it'll be notified. Payment made, payment made, payment made, payment made. You're like, oh cool, it's making the payments, and we just got our check. Got $600. We can pay for our other place, or we can pay for our other $200,000 loan that we got, or whatever. So every time you're getting this payment, it's like we call it checks in the mail. Checks, mailbox money, mailbox money. Yeah, that's called mailbox money. I love that, mailbox money. So this is your mailbox money, right? So every month I'm paying this. So that's why I'm like, okay, if I'm not doing a conventional, which you saw the conventional, I sent you the text, it's like $3,400 a month. I got to put $125,000 down or something like that. I have to put down a conventional $125,000 and make 34. So that's why this is 29. So now I have to come up with that $500. I don't have to apply for it. I don't have to pay all this other money, them and everything else, right? So and all the 9 yards, right? So it's to pay for that 3,400. Now I'm only paying 2,900. So you win because every time I pay you guys, it's stretching out the capital gains. So you're still paying your capital gains, I believe, in Texas, not state but federal. It's 15%. So every month, like you have to put a little bit aside for the capital gains, better than a lump sum. If I give you 200K, and I'll show you the numbers minus that $25,000. If you sold this right now, right? So you're gonna be like 10%. So 10% is about 30 grand, right? So if you look at that number, that's why I'm trying to see what numbers work for you guys. So 49999, what to say 999, right? Times 10%. Obviously, you already know it's $50,000. So $50,000, right? So $50,000 to close. So 4,999, and then if you times 15%. 15%. Too many numbers. So if you times it by 15%, because that's your capital gains on federal, times 15%, right? 15% is like 75. Holy moly. Right, but that's not on that. It's on your what you got. So you're getting 200 over what you bought it for, right? So 200 times 15%. That's capital gains. I thought it was, yeah, there you go, 30. That's what I thought. Okay, it's 30,000. Okay, so if you would have sold this right now, traditional way, as you guys know, 4,999 minus this right here, because you guys still owe 299. So 299,700. So now you have 200K. You got 200K equity. Cool. Oh, minus the closing cost, right? The closing cost and everything else you're gonna do is like 10%. So 10% of 500 is obviously 50. So it's gonna cost you $50,000. So $50,000. Now you got 150, you guys. Now you have 150, 299. Well, guess what? Now you got to pay your capital gains on the 200, which is 30. Cool, 30. Yay! So now you got 120. So now you only have, with capital gains, with traditional way. Now this is what you guys have if you sold that right now for the price. There you go. That's what you get. That's why Creative Finance. What can I do to get you guys full price, stretch out your capital gains, and you guys would be happy. So that's what I'm trying to do. Number one for you guys. You know. So what ways can we do it? We could do this any way you guys want, long as it works for you. You don't get all your cake and eat it too, because I want cake and eat it too. We're 100%, 100%. Relationships, 100%, 100%. It's never 50-50 because someone dies, they can't do their 100%, 100%, right? And it's unfortunately, when you get older, mature, I've been working as a nurse for 30 years. When people pass away, it's all about money and everybody fights. So that's why I'm like, how can I get you guys more than this? Well, if I do it this way, you will, right? Because it's stretched out, but you're like, it's in this payment cell. You're like, yeah, but we need the money, a bunch of money put up front for our next thing. So this is Act 1. That was the subject to seller finance. Let me show you Act 2. Thank you.